Cougars Network is your home for Canyon High School athletic coverage. Don't miss live game broadcasts, weekly coaches shows, stories from inside the field house, and more. Log on to CougarsNetwork.com to stay up to date on everything from the Den to the Red Zone. Welcome to Cougars Network.
Tonight, Cougars Network is live with Canyon High School softball. The unbeaten Canyon Cougarettes look to improve to 15-0 on the season as they host the Smithson Valley Rangers, a team that's tied for third place in 27 6A and aiming to climb the district ladder. Cougars Network is your home for live Canyon Cougarette high school softball.
On a windy and overcast March afternoon, we welcome you to Cougar Field on the campus of Canyon High School in New Braunfels, Texas, for today's District 27 6A contest between the Canyon Cougars and the Smithson Valley Rangers. The Cougars are unbeaten in both district and regular season play and boast a #1 ranking nationally, while the Rangers at 2-2 in district look for the upset as we approach the midway point in district play. It's the Canyon Cougars and the Smithson Valley Rangers coming up next, exclusively on the Cougars Network.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal Independent School District, Frost Bank, Nissan of New Braunfels, Wick Productions, Ashley, Zaxby's, and Texas Tractor Country.
I'm Jaime Buenteo, produce buyer for HEB. We work hard to find the freshest, best produce available. That's why we work with Texas growers to buy local as much as possible. Over 100 million pounds annually. In fact, we sell more produce than any other store in Texas. Grapefruit, corn, blueberries, and tons more. All grown right here in our beautiful backyard and on their way to your store within 24 hours. This is the local Texas produce department at HEB. No store does more than my HEB.
And welcome back to Cougar Field. The Cougarettes are being introduced here in pregame coverage as we take a look at, Brooke Vestal is in there. She's going to be our starting pitcher and our player to look for in tonight's ball game. The senior pitcher, an All-American, committed to play ball at Oklahoma next year. Take you through the district standings in a very tough, very competitive district 27 6A. Your Canyon Cougarettes lead on top of district, unbeaten at 4-0. East Central in second place at 3-1, and then kind of a logjam there between Clemens, Smithson Valley, Steele, and Judson, all with 2-2 records, with the Unicorns and Wagner Thunderbirds rounding out district play. Taking a look at the starting lineup defensively for Canyon, we mentioned Brooke Vestal will be pitching tonight. From left to right around the horn is Pritchett, Belvin, Owens, Maloney, Zeblin, Makia, Cognac in the outfield, and Hopper behind the plate. So we look now to our conversation pregame with Cougars head coach Randall. We're going to continue here through the national anthem break. And now for a special announcement regarding World Down Syndrome Day, we turn it over to the public address announcer here at Cougar Field, Tom Ziblin.
Ladies and gentlemen, today is World Down Syndrome Day, WDSD, celebrated the 21st of March, and is a global awareness day which has been officially observed by the United Nations since 2012. Down Syndrome International encourages our friends all over the world to choose their own activities and events on WDSD to help raise awareness of what Down syndrome is, what it means to have Down syndrome, and how people with Down syndrome play a vital role in our lives and communities. The date for WDSD, being the 21st day of the third month, was selected to signify the uniqueness of the triplication of the 21st chromosome, which causes Down syndrome. Here to throw out our first pitch is Brody Bowman. Brody is a student at Johnson Ranch Elementary School, and his proud parents, Monica and Lane, are both employees in the Comal Independent School District. Give Brody a big hand. What do you say?
And that a good look of what's going down here pregame at Cougar Field, and a wonderful celebration of, well, it will be upcoming here, but I don't think we'll be on the air before officially World Down Syndrome Day on March 21st. So a good show of support here at Canyon Field for that, as first pitch is moments away. And as we approach that, we'll take a break, our final one here in pregame coverage. When we come back, first pitch tonight's ball game between the Cougars and the Rangers. This is the Cougars Network.
Where Zaxby's is from. Some like it classic. Some like it saucy. For others, it's gotta be crispy. But everyone loves the flavor that brings us together. And whether you like it spicy or old school, you'll like it even more. Because Zaxby's 5 fan favorites are now just $5.99 each. Friends,
Ashley Home Store is proud to sponsor Canyon Cougars. Go Cougs!
And welcome back to Cougars Field as we take a look at the final preparations being done. We mentioned who was going to be in the circle tonight for Canyon. That's Brooke Vestal, the star pitcher, All-American, unbeaten this year. Of course, every Cougarette pitcher has been unbeaten. 6-0 for Brooke with a 1.21 ERA, 50 strikeouts to her credit. Only allowed 8 hits on the year. The All-American, and pains me to say this as a Texas graduate, will be headed to Oklahoma in order to play her college ball in the Big 12. So Cougarette fans will at least have the opportunity to see her when her Sooners come to Austin to play. Leading off for Smithson Valley is Kaylin Klein. Klein, the left fielder. First pitch swung foul. We are underway. District 27 6A softball. A low called ball evens the count at 1. Klein batting .553. 16 hits on the season. It swung on, tipped foul, and past the catcher, Hopper. And it's 1-2. On the outside corner, called strike looking. And that is the first out of the inning. The 51st strikeout of the year for Vestal. This brings up Carissa Vasquez. Number 3, the shortstop for the Rangers. Swung on and missed for strike 1. One outside for a ball. High and past the glove of Hopper. Vestal for the first time behind in the count at 2-1 to Carissa Vasquez. This one outside. Vestal through the year has only walked 15 and in danger here of adding to that total. Down in the count 3-1. The pitch is inside, and Vasquez is on by way of walk. Hannah Coleman'sberger is the catcher for the Rangers. 379 average. The right-hander settles in with Vasquez on first. That one low for a ball. This one outside. It'll be ball 2 for Vestal, who's struggling early. Out of her last 6 pitches, 5 have been balls. Trying to find her groove here. The 2-0. Snap throw to first. And Vasquez is safe with a slide into first. Go down as a strike. 2-1 now to Coleman'sberger. Runner goes, throw to second. They got her. Vasquez tried to be caught stealing. That's a good throw there by the catcher and Hopper. Thrown out at second. And the count evens at 2-2. 2 outs now, swung on and missed, and just like that, Canyon gets out of the inning. At the end of half of an inning, it is a Smithson Valley 0 and the Cougarettes coming up to bat. This is the Cougars Network.
Down in Texas, modern-day prospectors are making big bucks flipping houses. But before they can cash in, they gotta move them. Hauling homesteads and kicking asphalt. All new Texas Flip and Move, Friday night at 9 on DIY Network.
Watch DIY, GVTC Digital Cable Channel 126. GVTC, just plain smart.
And back here at Cougars Field, Smithson Valley go in order in the top half of the inning, though some excitement there. Carissa Vasquez got on with a walk and then was thrown out trying to steal second. Then the strikeout of Coleman'sberger, the 52nd of Brooke Vestal's year. And that makes Smithson Valley go 1-2-3. So as we switch to the bottom half of the first, in the circle for Smithson Valley is Paisley Smith. Smith 5-2 on the season with a 1.51 ERA, 24 strikeouts to her credit. And leading off for Canyon will be Sydney Belvin. Belvin, the junior, shortstop, batting a .514. She settles in. First pitch high and out of the glove of Coleman'sberger. Going to go down for ball one. I mentioned the Canyon Cougarettes not only at the top of district, not only at the top of the state, but atop of your national polls, according to maxpreps.com. As this one goes in to even the count at 1-1 to Belvin. And being ranked number 1 in the nation will put you pretty high in the running for being ranked number 1 in the world. A world-class high school softball here in New Braunfels, Texas at Canyon High School. Slap bunt is called foul by Belvin. So she's down in the count now, 1-2. Of course, went on Max Preps to check that out, and they have it listed as New Braunfels Canyon. Yes, in print, they even make that error nationally. This one outside evens it at 2-2. I'm okay with the forgiveness of mispronouncing it from time to time, but in print, that's just unacceptable in my eyes. With the S right after the N. One of my pet peeves of growing up here. This one swung on and drifting foul and out of play. And we got a full count. Oh, my mistake. That's going to be 2-2. The count remains here. To second, Gonzalez with the underhand pitch to Montiel. And that'll be the first out on the ground out to second. 4-3 to get out Belvin. Mia Macchia is up. Macchia, the center fielder. This one high will go for ball one. Mia is batting .457 for the sophomore. Outside for a ball. Three straight pitches and 3 balls to Mia. She looks to be aggressive at the plate, but good eye laying off the stuff that's high. Swung on foul down the left field line. And that's the first strike to Mia. And Mia walks. That went high and inside. And Mia gets on board. Mia on first. 1 out for the Cougars. Aaliyah Pritchett is now up. Pritchett at third base. wearing number 8. First pitch to Aaliyah is a ball. Aaliyah batting .432. Another Big 12 commit, as she will be headed to Waco in a couple of years to play for the Baylor Bears. (2-0), and that's called strike on the outside. Pritchett, also a pitcher on this Canyon club, threw a no-hitter the last time she was in the circle. Swings on this one. High pop up. Klein makes the catch in foul territory.
Number 2.
And that's the second out.
Brings up your cleanup, your second baseman, number 5, Sydney Owens.
This brings up Sydney Owens, the second baseman, with Makia on first and 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Ball on the ground. Nearly through the legs of Coleman'sberger, but she does a good job of keeping it in front of her with Mia on first. Glance down the first baseline, keeps Mia honest. This will be a 1-0. High and away. Owens batting .562, the senior. Have 25 RBIs. Mia goes to second. Throw is in time. It looked away, and it looked like Mia was there, but the umpire calls that out. And that is the end of the first inning. We played 1. It's Canyon 0, Smithson Valley 0. This is Canyon Softball on the Cougars Network.
Where Zaxby's is from. Some like it classic. Some like it saucy. For others, it's gotta be crispy. But everyone loves the flavor that brings us together. And whether you like it spicy or old school, you'll like it even more. Because Zaxby's 5 fan favorites are now just $5.99 each. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's.
Ashley Home Store is proud to sponsor Canyon Cougars. Go Cougs!
And welcome back to Cougars Field. We played 1, no score. Here on the Cougars Network, click that red subscribe button now and we'll send you notifications when we're live with Cougars Athletics. It's free, and there's much more to come this year on the Cougars Network. So we'll wait while you click that button. Go ahead, and thank you CougFan17. Thank you CHS 2011. Come on and join the club. You too. An inclusive club here on the Cougars Network. Ben Campos, Executive Bowick with you here at Cougars Field. Now as we enter the second inning, Cammie Matthews leads off this inning, batting .308. This one in the dirt for ball. Oh, and they're going to call that a hit by a pitch. So I look down momentarily, and Matthews is given first by way of hit by pitch. First statistic for her on the year. And this brings up Cassie Blevins Blevins batting .348. In the 8 jersey. Settles in to face Vestal. Good pitch on the inside. Gets a call strike. The 0-1. Another inside pitch, called a strike. A good call by the umpire there, 0-2 to Blevins. Blevins, the third baseman for Smithson Valley, has Matthews on first. This one high and wild behind Hopper. And because of the wild pitch, Matthews is able to take second without a throw. And that is the farthest base runner we have. We've had 2 runners, one for Smithson Valley, one for Canyon, have been caught trying to steal second. One of those, which is still under protest, came in the bottom of the first. And this one is away. That'll be ball 2 to Blevins. High fly ball drifting towards left field. Ziblin getting under it to make the catch. And that is now 1 away.
Number 1. Coming to bat, your right fielder number 9, Savannah Coots.
So that's a put out by Zeblin, and this brings up Savannah Coots. Coots, the right fielder, is batting .455 for the Rangers. Has Matthews again on second base. First pitch is a ball. Again, Matthews getting to second in an odd way. Hit by pitch to get first, and then a wild pitch to take second. Here in the top of the second. The 1-0 pitch is in there with a check swing. Will be called a strike. We have ones on the scoreboard. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Kuntz, slap hit to right field. It'll drop. Coming around is Matthews. Throw at the plate. Bat to second. I think they got her. They do. Kuntz gets the single, then is thrown out. But Matthews comes in to score, so it'll be a RBI single for Kuntz and then thrown out at second. And Smithson Valley takes a 1-0 lead. That is Kuntz's first RBI of the year. And this will bring up Skylar Hickey. Hickle. Two 2-0 now to Hickle. Smithson Valley with a 1-0 lead. And this one called strike. Vestal deals. And this one called a ball. Perhaps a bit high. It'll be 3-1 now. This one low. And Hickle is gifted first base on the walk. That is the second walk thrown by Brooke Vestal. haven't had a good time just settling in, Brooke. Another runner on for the Rangers. And here's Daniel Montiel. The first baseman. First offering to Montiel is just in the dirt for a ball. Check that was a second pitch for ball 2. And we have a conference here in the circle. Join the Cougars Network for our next broadcast. We are just across the way here on the baseball diamond as the Cougars take on the Smithson Valley Rangers. Coach Muchagimba and his Canyon baseball team battle their CISD rivals on April 3rd at 7 p.m. Subscribe now and don't miss Cougar baseball right here on the Cougars Network. Ben Campos, executive producer Bo Wick. Here in the top half of the second inning with Smithson Valley on top right now, 1-0. Just getting out of our soccer, so all the zeros coming out nil. As we've got you through football and volleyball, basketball, and soccer, as we now enter the late spring sports in softball and baseball. Coverage here on the Cougars Network. We'll also have it for the Rangers and Hawks Network as well. As the 2-0 pitch is outside. And 3-0 to Danielle Montiel. With the runner on first. The 3-0. And that's another walk. Third walk for Brooke Vestal.
Coming back, number 17, Lauren Gonzalez.
Lauren Gonzalez is next up for the Rangers. Gonzalez, the second baseman. Batting 118. It looks at a strike there from Brooke. Squares to bunt, and no call from the ump there. And so the count evens at 1-1. Vestal just trying to get out of an inning here. 2 outs. 1-1 pitch. Ran at, check swing. A mild one, and that is called ball. And a good look there from Gonzalez. Coach Daigle's summons Lauren over for a quick conference down the third baseline. 1-0 Smithson Valley here, top of the second. On an overcast night. Well, this morning looked pretty good with the clouds away and bright, shiny day, and then the clouds come in here in the late afternoon. And as the association once sang, everybody knows it's windy. The wind coming in here from the outfield. This one is foul tipped in for a strike to even the count at 2-2. Wind kind of out of right field across the way. And swung on, and Vestal is able to get out of the inning, but not without any damage. It's 1 run on 1 hit for Smithson Valley. So after 1.5, our score is Smithson Valley 1, Canyon 0. You're listening to Cougar Softball on the Cougars Network.
On Travel Channel, all new Expedition Unknown.
Every legend is an epic adventure. Here we go. From Stonehenge and the Vikings to Butch Cassidy. It's the adventure that's legendary.
How do we get out of this thing?
All new Expedition Unknown. Wednesday at 9 on Travel Channel.
Watch Travel Channel, GVTC Digital Cable Channel 577. GVTC, just plain smart.
where Zaxby's is from. Some like it classic. Some like it saucy. For others, it's gotta be crispy. But everyone loves the flavor that brings us together. And whether you like it spicy or old school, you'll like it even more. Because Zaxby's 5 fan favorites are now just $5.99 each. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's.
Welcome back to Cougar Field. The bottom half of the second inning coming your way here on the Cougars Network as Presley Smith will deal to Sydney Owens. And that's in there for a strike. Sydney was at bat at the end of the first inning while Mia Makia was thrown out trying to steal second. This one is a high fly ball into the outfield. Klein calls off Matthews. And that's out number 1 here in the second inning.
Coming back to pitcher number 19, Brooke Vestal.
Vestal struggled on the mound, and now she'll have an opportunity to get busy here at the plate. That one goes for a ball. Brooke batting .486 with 11 RBI. This one looks inside. It'll be ball 2 to Brooke. The 2-0 pitch swung on by Vestal and will go down as a strike. Presley Smith has been efficient so far. Vestal sends this one back up the middle. And she is on with the base hit. That is the Cougars' first hit.
Going around first, brings up your left fielder number 12, Bailey Zeblin.
And Brooke will come out off of first base. Desiree Rocha will take her place on the base runner. Desiree Rocha, the senior, now on first base. As up to bat is Bailey Zeblin for Canyon. Bailey, the left fielder, sends this one to short. Play over to second. He gets the force out of Rocha.
Second for out number 2.
So that'll go 6-4 out of Rocha, and that'll be out number 2.
Brings up your catcher, number 6, Riley Hopper.
On the fielder's choice for Bailey. Riley Hopper, the catcher, now at the plate for the Cougars. Zeblin on first. First pitch high for a ball. Smith looking in, deals. And that's getting there for a called strike. Dribbler to third. Up with it is Blevins. Throw to second. And Zeblin safe. Everybody's safe. Hopper gets the second hit of the inning, and the Cougars now have 2 on.
DP number 11, Hunter Vestal.
Runners at first, runner at second, and we have a substitution going in at first base. Armendariz will take over. The sophomore will be running at first. Hopper will sit down and get the catching gear on. Armendar is at first. Ziblin at second. Hunter Vestal, the designated player. Digs in with 2 outs. First real threat for Canyon. And this one called strike on the outside. The 0-1. Swung on, missed. Foul tip. And Vestal with 2 on now for Canyon is down in the count 0-2. With 2 outs. Can Smith get out of the inning? The 0-2 is fouled away. Ziblin represents the tying run, the first Cougar to be in scoring position. And this one's high and away. So can Hunter battle back here? Hunter, the sophomore, batting .357, has 8 RBI on the year. Looking to add to that total, but she swings and misses, and that will end the inning for Canyon. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base for Canyon in the second. We'll go to the third. It's Smithson Valley 1, Canyon 0. You're listening to Canyon Softball on...
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal Independent School District, Frost Bank, Nissan of New Braunfels, Wick Productions, Ashley, Zaxby's, and Texas Tractor Country.
Down in Texas, modern-day prospectors are making big bucks flipping houses. But before they can cash in, they gotta move them. Hauling homesteads and kicking asphalt. All new Texas Flip and Move, Friday night at 9 on DIY Network.
Watch DIY, GVTC Digital Cable Channel 126. GVTC, just plain smart.
Ben Campos, executive producer Bo Wick with you. So we start the third inning of play. Smithson Valley on top with 1 run on 1 hit. That came in the second. And leading off the third is Presley Smith, the pitcher for Smithson Valley. Brooke Vestal looking to settle herself in. She's allowed 3 walks and 1 hit by pitch. Slap foul by Smith. It was Matthews in the second who was hit by pitch. That's your lone run of the ball game for the Rangers. So that ends up hurting. Check this. This is Klein. Presley Smith is the flex, and so my forgiveness here, this is my first time around softball and all the intricacies around that, and I don't even have a baseball background, so I'm learning here on the fly. So as I stumble towards this game, I just ask that you bear with me as Brooke deals in there for a strike to make this a 1-2 count. I did all right in T-ball, but it's just when the ball moved, kind of offered me some trouble there as Klein strikes out. That is her second strikeout of the game. And the 4th for Vestal. So Carissa Vasquez comes to the plate for the Rangers. She walked her last time up in the first. And that one in. I always enjoyed keeping score, going to baseball games. Went to college at the University of Texas and loved going to watch them play. Would sit underneath the radio booth with the old-timers and keep score, and that was always a joy for me. So at least I got that down as a slap shot back up to Vestal. She puts her out at first, and that is 2 now down for Smithson Valley. Mark that 1-3 if you're scoring at home. And Coleman'sberger now due up for Smithson Valley, the catcher. Struck out her last time out. This one called strike on the outside. Brooke now starting to settling in. That second inning gave her some trouble, but starting to get her command back. This one, high and inside, gets a shoulder turn from Hannah. And evens the count at 1-1. Low. Much of the dismay of those in the crowd, and a good crowd here during spring break for both these teams. Of course, it's always a good crowd when these two schools get together. The 2-1. And no call there from the ump. 3-1 now to Hannah Coleman'sberger. 2 outs. Swung on foul to push it full. And here's the payoff. It's low, actually. I think that hit her. Yes, Hannah's Coleman'sberger hit by pitch. The second hit by pitch for Vestal. And that'll put Coleman'sberger, who got out of a jam there, onto first. And Matthews will come up. Camden Matthews, 308 hitter. She also was hit by pitch last time out. As we have a substitution for Smithson Valley. Kinsey Pete comes in for the Rangers at first base. As the runner. You could hear that wind coming through. It's moving the flagpoles out in right center field. Coming straight out of there. Dust moving around the infield. And strike one to Matthews. And this swung on back for a foul tip. Well, we were kind of rushed there in our pregame festivities. It kind of snuck up on us as we were trying to get all our production stuff in. Again, our first softball game here throughout the Comal ISD network, so we're trying to work out some kinks as well. We were unable to play for you a coach's interview as this one slapped foul down the first baseline and out of play. So the call will remain at 0-2 with 2 outs here in the top of the third. So stick with us as we transition through the innings. And we'll bring you our conversation. The 0-2. The 1-2. Pass Hopper. He gets to second, and the throw to first is not in time. So the strikeout get to first.
Runners on first and second. Brings up number 8, Cassie, the Squirrel Blevins.
It's a strikeout pass ball. Matthews gets to first. And Beat gets over to second base. First pitch to Blevins is a strike, and it looked like Vestal was going to get out of this inning. She had a full count on Colemansberger and 2 outs, and then the hit by pitch gets Colemansberger on, and we were 2 outs down to Matthews. This ball dribbled to Belvin at short, makes the throw over to first, and that's going to end our inning. For Smithson Valley, it's no run, no hits, no errors, 2 left on. As we'll transition to the bottom half of the third, we'll bring you our conversation with Cougars head coach Kevin Randall.
And welcome back to the Cougars Network. We're now joined pregame with Canyon head coach Kevin Randall. And, Coach, this is your first time to be showcased on the Cougars Network. Give our audience an update how things have gone so far this year.
So far this year, everything's gone pretty well for us. We've been playing pretty well since we started district. So far, unbeaten. Hoping to keep that going. Keep playing well.
On the pitching tonight is Brooke Vestal. What do you like about what she brings to your team?
The intensity that she brings, leadership, focus. This is her 4th year as a starter for us. She brings a lot to the play as far as experience and leadership. She's really stepped up big time as a leader this year.
Pretty good ball club coming in Smithson Valley. What does your team need to do in order to get a win tonight?
Mainly stay focused, try to do the things we've been doing all year that have been successful for us, try to not get away from what we do. They're good, they're well coached, they're going to try to force us into mistakes, and we just have to make sure we keep calm and make the plays that we need to make.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Our pregame conversation with Coach Kevin Randall. We're now in the bottom half of the third. Smithson Valley on top, 1-0. Abby Konecki now batting for Canyon. Konecki, the right fielder, takes ball 1 to start the third inning. Slap shot, foul down the left field line. Last time out for this Cougarette ball club, beat Steele 10-0. That one in 5 innings, called by the run rule. This goes for a ball, now 2-1. And the last 3 for Canyon. Close one versus Clemens, one of the closest that they've had all year. A 2-1 decision. Clemens, one of only 5 runs scored on this Canyon club previous to this ball game, as this one's lifted foul. Evens the count at 2-2. And 3 games ago, the Cougars beating their crosstown rival, New Braunfels, 12-0. Or if you're reading that on Max Press, it was beating New Braunfels 12-0. Slap shot again, foul for Abby. Getting her money's worth at the plate with the 2-2 count. Of course, this Canyon team undefeated, 14-0, 4-0 in district, 10-0 here at Cougar Field. Ranked number 1 in the nation, but find themselves down 1-0 early to their cross-county rival, Smithson Valley. The 2-2 brought back towards the screen. Smith has been pretty much in control for Smithson Valley in the circle. This one will be fouled down the third baseline. It was close. Blevins made a play on it, but the ball had just bounced foul before it made its way to her. Another pitch up for Abby. Abby Konecki, the senior, batting .524. This her first appearance at the plate. We'll look in. Another slap down the third baseline. Blevins with it. Throw is not in time. She beat it out on an infield hit. Konecki is on at first.
Brings up your leadoff, number 1, Sydney Belvin.
With Maloney as the flex, this brings up the leadoff hitter in Sydney Belvin. Belvin, the shortstop. Grounded out her first time, facing Smith. First pitch is bunted on. Smith will make the play to first. The sacrifice moves Konecki over to second.
Sack bunt. Moves Konecki to second with 1 out. Brings up your center fielder, number 3.
And that was the first out of the third inning. Smithson Valley defensively able to take it and turn it into out 1, but Canyon starting to cook something up here with Konecki on at second. And Mia Makia coming back to the plate. Mia reached on walk last time out, takes a healthy hack at this one, sends it foul. Mia, the left-handed. Looking in, Smith takes this one right up the middle. Calmly plays it to Montiel at first. And Mia is retired in the third. That is the second out. On the 1-3 put out. Konecki still at second. Coach Nagels calls timeout. He will approach the mound, have a conversation with Smith. The second time Canyon has threatened. They had Zeppelin on and in the second inning at second base with Riley Hopper at first, but just couldn't move the runners down in the last inning. Now with the sack bunt to move Konecki and the quick ground out by Mia Makia, Cougars find themselves with one more out here in the third, and Abby Konecki still at second base. Doesn't appear to me that Presley Smith's been any type of trouble. She's pitched herself an efficient game thus far. Very minor trouble she's found herself in. Allowing 3 hits through 3 innings. With the shutout intact here with the nation's best. Of course, things could turn here in a hurry. This is Aaliyah Pritchett. The Baylor commit, she's in to face Smith. First pitch to Aaliyah is away. And this is the dangerous part of the Cougar lineup. Behind Pritchett is Sydney Owens. So you got to be careful as you walk the 3-4-5 area of this lineup. This one's in the ground. Fake throw to keep Konecki honest at second. 2-0 to Pritchett. The third shot up the middle to Smith. Plays it off the shin, and Pritchett is on at first. Konecki to third, and the Cougars have runners on the corner now with Sydney Owens.
Pitcher puts Pritchett on first base.
I couldn't tell if Smith got her glove down to deflect it, or if she played that off her shin. Either way, credit for her to sticking in there. That is the third such hit that she's taken in the inning, right up the middle. As she is just testing out that shin of hers. You know, your lower body is so important when you're pitching. I think she's going to take a couple of practice throws here to see if she could shake it off or see if that contact to her shin is going to throw away any of her rhythm. You know, in my soccer days, I've taken less hits on my shin with shin guards, and I know that sent me to the bench. So credit to Presley Smith. And her reward is for staying in is Sydney Owens, the senior second baseman, batting .562 with 25 RBI. Has 2 Cougars on. Konecki at third, Pritchett at first. First real trouble for Smith. She deals. Owens swings, and this will get through. Diving Vasquez coming through is Konecki. Throw to third, and Pritchett's in safe. On the throw to third to try to catch Pritchett. Owens will go ahead and take second. So everybody's safe, and Konecki is in. And that's the third hit of the inning for Canyon. Got by the diving Vasquez at short. And we are tied at 1 now. Brooke Vestal now in. First pitch swung on, goes the other way. Pritchett will come in and score. Now rounding third is Owens. She'll score also. 2 ribbies for Brooke Vestal. And Canyon ups her lead 3-1. Rocha will come in at first base to let Vestal go back in and prepare for her pitching duties in the 4th. Pritchett scored. Owen scored from second. And Ziblin comes in for Canyon. And this one is fly caught to Matthews, but the damage is done there. For the Cougars, it's 3 runs on 3 hits. No errors, 1 left on. We played 3 complete here at Cougars Field. It's Canyon 3, Smithson Valley 1. You're listening and watching Cougars softball on the Cougars Network.
The biggest season of Fixer Upper is here. What? We're taking it a whole nother direction.
This is going to be one of a kind.
With fresh new designs. Love the stairwell. Pretty impressive. Are y'all ready to
check out your Fixer Upper?
Oh my God! Look at this. All new Fixer Upper, Tuesday at 9 on HGTV.
Watch HGTV, GVTC Digital Cable Channel 578. GVTC, just plain smart.
Where Zaxby's is from. Some like it classic. Some like it saucy. For others, it's gotta be crispy. But everyone loves the flavor that brings us together. And whether you like it spicy or old school, you'll like it even more. Because Zaxby's 5 fan favorites are now just $5.99 each. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's.
Well, that's a big third inning for the Canyon Cougars. They get 3 runs on 3 hits to now take the lead 3-1 against Smithson Valley, as we have some substitutions to tell you about. Now pitching for Canyon is Pritchett, Aaliyah Pritchett. She'll take over in the circle. Vestal will go over to first base, and Maloney, who was at first, now goes to third. So those are your substitutions defensively for Canyon. And leading off here for the Rangers is Savannah Kuntz. Quickly down. Now 0-2. That went away. One, two now for Pritchett, looking into Savannah Kuntz. Foul tip behind the plate, evens the count at 2. So you take the Oklahoma commit off the circle and you bring in the Baylor commit. That's tough going if you're the Smithson Valley lineup. And this one's low and in the dirt for Kuntz, and that's going to make it 2-2. Pritchett will take it on the comeback, and Kuntz will go away here. One out in the top of the fourth. Well, that's the fourth hit that's gone straight up the middle in the past inning. Pritchett handled it well. Skylar Hickle up for the Rangers. She looks in for strike one. Hickle last time out reached by way of walk. This one inside. I look to be on the outside corner, and it's called for a strike. Nice piece of pitching there by Aaliyah Pritchett. Here's the 1-2. Looking for that outside corner again. Too far away. Evens the count at 2. Swung on and missed, and Skylar Hickle will go down swinging. 2 outs now for Canyon. An efficient work by Aaliyah Pritchett.
2 outs.
Danielle Montiel now batting for Smithson Valley with 2 outs. She too last time out reached by way of walk. And this one's away for ball 1. For the Rangers last time out, they lost to the Clemens Buffaloes by a score of 12-9. And they are 1-2 in their last 3 games. And this is in for a called strike, 1-1. Sandwich between a loss between Clemens and East Central was a 20-0 win against the Wagner Thunderbirds. Strike 2 to Montiel by way of missed swing. And again, Pritchett with the advantage now, 1-2. Outside corner again, teased by Pritchett, is called ball. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs for Pritchett. Looking into Montiel. Swung on, hit to third. Up with it is Maloney over to Vestal, and The side is retired. The Rangers go quietly 1-2-3. And after 3.5, our score is Canyon 3, Smithson Valley 1. This is Canyon Softball on the Cougars Network.
Ashley Home Store is proud to sponsor Canyon Cougars. Go Cougs!
Where Zaxby's is from. Some like it classic. Some like it saucy. For others, it's gotta be crispy. But everyone loves the flavor that brings us together. And whether you like it spicy or old school, you'll like it even more. Because Zaxby's 5 fan favorites are now just $5.99 each. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's.
Ben Campos Bowick with you here at Cougars Field. Canyon on top 3-1 as we go to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Canyon uses 3 in the 3rd to light up the scoreboard. And now leading off in the 4th inning is Riley Hopper, the catcher for Canyon. It's good to see Presley Smith back out there for Smithson Valley after taking a base hit off of the shin. She's still out there. And Hopper will take this for strike 1. For Canyon, after missing the playoffs in 2014, they have 3 appearances in the region finals to show for it. In fact, they've made it that far 5 of the last 7 years. Hopper sends this one to third. And the long throw from Blevins to Montiel is in time to retire Hopper on the 5-3 putout. Hunter Vestal, the designated player, comes up. Last year for the Cougars, made it to the regional final, lost to Brennan in 2 games. This one's lifted foul by Vestal, Hunter Vestal. They had wins in by-district over Clark and in the area round versus MacArthur, before beating Holmes and Westlaco in the regional rounds. And then ran into a very tough Brennan team out of the San Antonio area. Vestal sends this one foul down the first baseline. Moves the count to 0-2. So that was last year's run to the regional finals for Canyon. In 2016, another deep run to the region finals. Found themselves losing to Westlaco. And in 2015, outed by San Benito in the region finals. This one goes in for a ball, 1-2. Last time the Cougars were able to break through that region final barrier, got themselves into the state tournament as this one is looped foul. Oh, that was close down the first baseline. Very close, but just foul for Vestal, who keeps the count here at 1-2. Last state tournament appearance, as I said, was 2010 for Canyon, and that coming off their 2009 state championship year. Vestal swings, and this one foul, bounced right in front of her. Umpire there to call. Another foul ball put on by Hunter Vestal. Hunter, the sophomore, 3-0 as a pitcher this year. Another good one in the making. Another play up the middle. But Smith up with it, calmly plays it over to Montiel. And Hunter's retired after putting up a gutsy effort there against Presley. The second 1-3 put out in as many innings defensively for Smithson Valley. Abby Konecki will now come up. Abby had a single back in the third inning and a run scored as well. Smith deals low and away. Memorable year in Canyon softball in 2009, a state championship for Kevin Randall. Now in his 19th year at Canyon High School. Slapped on by Konecki. Goes foul. 3-1 now, bottom of the fourth. 2 outs, nobody on. Damage all done in the third for Canyon. 3 runs on 3 hits in the previous inning. This one, was it swung on is the question. Check down the line, and she didn't go. So we call ball to Konecki. The 2-1, slap to third. Blevins with it, long throw, and Montiel with the stretch. Puts out Konecki. And the Cougars go 1-2-3 in the fourth. After 4, it's Canyon 3, Smithson Valley 1. We'll go into the fifth here on the Cougars Network.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal Independent School District, Frost Bank, Nissan of New Braunfels, Wick Productions, Ashley, Zaxby's, and Texas Tractor Country.
The all-new Nissan of New Braunfels. Our modern and architecturally impressive building is more like an art gallery than a dealership. With an extravagant showroom floor and customer lounge, with over 500 vehicles in stock, we have the ability to deliver the best savings possible to meet your budget needs. It's our pleasure to serve you in New Braunfels and the surrounding Hill Country communities. The all-new Nissan of New Braunfels, you've got to see this place.
Back at Cougar Field on the campus of Canyon High School in beautiful New Braunfels, Texas. Spring break, a lovely time of year in the South Central Texas area. Schlitterbahn open, the river's open. Although on a day like this, perhaps you'd enjoy just sitting down by the park and watching us here on the Cougars Network bring you some good high school softball. Canyon on top, 3-1 as we move now to the top of the fifth. Lauren Gonzalez, a second baseman for Smithson Valley. Lauren struck out last time up in the second. The first pitch in the dirt. Now that was in the dirt, but we got a... Now the question is whether or not that was foul tip. We might have to wait another pitch to find out. Might be moot as this one played in front of Hopper. High ball thrown over Vestal. And Lauren Gonzalez makes it to first.
Gonzalez reaches first. Brings up the leadoff, number 1, Kaylin Klein.
So Gonzalez on first. Klein comes up here in the fifth. That'll be scored a throwing error to Hopper. So Gonzalez on by way of E2. And the first strike delivered to Kaylin Klein, the leadoff batter for Smithson Valley. Klein, the left fielder. Slap hit to third, play to second. Is in time to get Gonzalez. Fielder's choice to Klein gets her on first, and the throw out. 5-4. Gets out Gonzalez, so that'll be the first out. Another visit to the mound. Or no, that's Coach Daigle's out there. Is this being contested is the question. Gonzalez still on at second base. And the call will remain an out. It was a bang-bang play. It looked like they had Gonzalez at second, and that exactly is the call after the umpires get together. Over the objection of Coach Daigles for Smithson Valley, Gonzalez will sit down. Klein remains at first, and Carissa Vasquez will come in for the Rangers. Vasquez 0 for 1, grounded out in the third inning, reached by way of walk in the first. She looks at a ball here. And that one's in for a strike. A good pitch there by Pritchett. Klein on first. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Top of the 5th. On the outside, Klein goes down.
Looking for out number 2. Brings up number 7, Hannah Coleman'sberger.
And that's the first strikeout for Pritchett. I checked out the second strikeout for Pritchett as she came in the 4th. And this is Hannah Coleman'sberger, the catcher. He looks in for a strike. Hannah last time out hit by pitch. Perhaps glad to see Vestal not on the rubber anymore. The 1-1. Inside for a strike. Wonderful pitch there by Aaliyah. 1 ball, 2 strike, 2 out. Klein still on first for the Rangers. Aaliyah deals away to even the count at 2. Can Aaliyah get out of the inning? Klein goes. The throw is caught and tagged before she could get to the bag. Well done. Caught stealing is Klein, and the Cougars get out of the inning. No runs, no hits, 1 error. Nobody left on for Smithson Valley. After 4.5, it's Canyon 3, Smithson Valley 1. Canyon Softball on the Cougars Network will continue.
I'm Jaime Buentello, produce buyer for H-E-B. We work hard to find the freshest, best produce available. That's why we work with Texas growers to buy local as much as possible, over 100 million pounds annually. In fact, we sell more produce than any other store in Texas. Grapefruit, corn, blueberries, and tons more, all grown right here in our beautiful backyard and on their way to your store within 24 hours. This is the local Texas produce department at H-E-B. No store does more than my H-E-B.
Leadoff, number 1, Sydney.
Back at Cougars Field, Canyon with a 3-1 lead as we go into now the bottom of the 5th. Ben Campos, executive producer Bo Wick with you here on the Cougars Network. Top of the order due for Canyon. Sydney Belvin will lead off here in the 5th. Ground out and a sac fly for Belvin. Today's ball game. Shows bunt, pulls back, slaps foul for strike 1. She had the sacrifice hit that ended up moving Konecki over from first to second, and Abby represented the first run for Canyon tonight. Another slap hit high into the air, and coming over from left field for Smithson Valley is Klein. Kaylin Klein puts out Sydney Belvin.
Number 3, Mia Macchia.
And that'll be the first out in the 5th inning. Mia Macchia, number 3, the sophomore, coming to the plate for the Rangers. 0 for 1 today. The slap hit goes foul. A walk in the first inning and a ground out in the 3rd are her 2 previous plate appearances, although one of those official. Presley Smith deals. This one sent back. Will it drop is the question. It does. Off the glove of Matthews. And Mia is to first.
Macchia on first base with 1 out. Brings up your pitcher. Number 8, Aaliyah Pritchett.
We'll score that E8. That'll get Mia to first. And we'll bring up Aaliyah Pritchett. Aaliyah takes this one inside. Mia will go on the mishandled ball to first.
She hit a second, 1 out.
And the question was whether or not that hit Aaliyah on the inside. It was that inside to at least draw the questions up here in the press box. The umpire says no. Aaliyah will whack this one into play off the glove of Vasquez, and Mia advances to 3rd. Aaliyah will take the base hit to first. And the Cougars now have runners on the corners again with the heart of the order coming up to face Presley Smith. Sydney Owens. As there's a conference here at the circle. Owens, 25 RBI. On the year. She has 1 today, as it was her single in the 3rd that drove in Konecki. And for the second time tonight, now in the 5th inning, Canyon is working with runners on the corners and a hot hitter at the plate as Owens looks in and will take a strike. The 0-1. Aaliyah goes, fake the throw to second, and she'll take it for the stolen base. Coleman'sberger left in a compromising position. Neglected not to test Pritchett on the throw to second, with Mia Macchia on 3rd. High fly infield. Foul territory, drifted and caught by Blevins at 3rd.
Up to 3rd for out number 2.
And that's 2 away.
2 outs. Brings up number 19, Brooke Vestal.
Brooke Vestal now comes out. She has 2 hits on 2 plate appearances. And 2 RBI. Brooke sends this one to second. Gonzalez over to Montiel. And the Cougars are done. The Cougars leave 2 on 1 hit, no runs, and 2 errors. Unable to get runs there in the 5th. We'll move to the 6th. After 5, it's Canyon 3, Smithson Valley 1. This is Canyon Softball on the Cougars Network.
The biggest season of Fixer Upper is here. What? We're taking it a whole nother direction.
This is going to be one of a kind.
With fresh new designs. Love the stairwell. Pretty impressive. Are y'all ready to
Check out your Fixer Upper.
Oh my God, look at this. All new Fixer Upper, Tuesday at 9 on HGTV.
Watch HGTV, GVTC, Digital Cable Channel 578. GVTC, just plain smart. Do you know what's perfect? Wick Productions teaming up with the Canyon Cougars. No kidding. We take pause when we hear you cheer for replays on the scoreboard. And we love the feline we get when you visit CougarsNetwork.com. Don't forget to subscribe, right? Meow. Isn't that right? What? Cat got your tongue? Mew it.
We go to the 6th now, top of the 6th for the Rangers. Cammy Matthews will lead off for Smithson Valley. Matthews hit by a pitch in the 2nd and struck out in the 3rd. Looks into Aaliyah Pritchett, and this one's outside for a ball. These 2 longtime rivals getting together again, and they will continue to meet in the future with UIL realignment having taken place a few weeks ago. This one's foul. Back to the Cougar dugout. Evens a call at 1-1. So the new district, we will get out of 27-6A and head over to 26-6A. It'll be the same cast of characters for the most part. The Wagner Thunderbirds drop down to 5A. And the San Marcos Rattlers will move from their Austin area closer to I-35 South, as this one wants to be off speed and in there for a strike, now 1-2. So it'll remain Canyon, Smithson Valley, New Braunfels, your Comal County teams, along with the Schertz-Cibolo teams of Steele and Clemens. This one outside to even at 2-2. That one looked close. You add San Marcos, you'll keep Judson and East Central, and that'll be the new district, 26-6A. Swung on and miss. Matthews will sit down, her 2nd strikeout. And the 4th strikeout for Aaliyah Pritchett. And this will bring up Cassie Blevins. Blevins takes this one on the outside corner for a strike. And a wonderful pitch placement there by Pritchett. Blevins batting .348 coming into today's ball game. 0 for 2 today as the umpire takes a official's timeout here with an 0-1 count and 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Canyon on top, 3-1. Check that, top of the 6th. Close pitch there, no call from the ump. Evens the count at 1-1. But the Canyon girls team looking to take revenge on Smithson Valley. The Rangers swept the season series in girls volleyball and basketball. This one in for a strike. The Canyon girls soccer team took the first game of 2 versus Smithson Valley. And that second game in the second round of district will be played tomorrow at Rangers Stadium in Smithson Valley. This one in for a strike. And Blevins strikes out for the first time. today.
Savannah Coots.
And that'll be the second out. Savannah Coots, number 9, comes to the plate now for the Rangers. Coots with an RBI. Takes this one for strike 1. Savannah got on in the second inning with the base hit, RBI, and then was caught trying to steal second. And grounded out in the 4th. Now her 3rd appearance. Sends this one into play. Owens calmly over to Vestal, and we're out of the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Smithson Valley Rangers, and no errors to show for it. After 5.5, it's Canyon 3, Smithson Valley 1. This is the Cougars Network.
I'm Jaime Buenteo, produce buyer for HEB. We work hard to find the freshest, best produce available. That's why we work with Texas growers to buy local as much as possible. Over 100 million pounds annually. In fact, we sell more produce than any other store in Texas. Grapefruit, corn, blueberries, and tons more. All grown right here in our beautiful backyard and on their way to your store within 24 hours. This is the local Texas produce department at HEB. No store does more than my HEB.
Cougars Network is your home for Canyon High School athletic coverage. Don't miss live game broadcasts, weekly coaches shows, stories from inside the field house, and more. Log on to CougarsNetwork.com to stay up to date on everything from the Den to the Red Zone. Welcome to Cougars Network.
And welcome back to Cougars Field. Canyon on top 3-1 as we enter the bottom of the 6th with Bailey Ziblin up foul for Canyon. She looks in for a ball 1. Go ahead and click that red subscribe button now. We'll send you notifications when we're live with Cougars Athletics. It's free, and there's much more to come this year on the Cougars Network. So we'll wait while you click that button. Go ahead. I dare ya. Makes everybody happy around here when you do so. 1-1. The last pitch was lifted out for foul. Smith in the ground. Now 2-1 to Bailey. This one high, 3-1. Bailey earlier in this ball game reached by way of fielder's choice in the 2nd and then flew out to center field in the 3rd. Sends this one high, but drifting foul. The wind, I think, is going to keep it in, and it does. Montel able to race over and make the catch in foul territory.
Brings up your catcher, number 6, Riley Hopper.
Riley Hopper now making her way to the plate, the catcher for the Cougar. Had a single in the 2nd, grounded out in the 4th. 1 for 2 day so far for Riley. She looks in there for a ball. The 3 runs for Canyon coming in the 3rd inning is the difference in this ball game. This game had a good flow and a good pace to it as Hopper sends this one to the back screen. And folks, beautiful facilities here at Canyon High School. Wonderful look of the ballpark with the red brick and the beautiful dugouts. Got a chance to see the rest of the facilities pregame, and you know it's no question or no wonder why This ball club is able to advance. They got great facilities here and wonderful training grounds for these young ladies. Want to encourage you to come out through the rest of the season and cheer on these Canyon Cougarettes. Undefeated in the season, undefeated through district plays. This one's high for Hopper. 3-1 now. Remaining schedule for Canyon. They will be on the road at East Central and then back here to face the Judson Rockets, and that will wrap up the first half of district play. And then you go back through the gauntlet again. Wagner, New Braunfels, Clemens. This one goes for a strike, foul tip. Clemens, Steele, Smithson Valley, and then wrap it all up again once more with East Central and Judson, and then for sure it'll be on to the playoffs for Canyon. Sitting at top district with the 4-0 mark. Hopper swings and misses, and the second out of the inning goes by way of strikeout for Presley Smith, who's had to battle through this ball game, this tough Cougar lineup. Hunter Vestal, the sophomore, now to the plate. She's batting seventh, sends this looper. Smith tries to play it on an underhand pitch. It gets past Montiel. And Vestal is able to get over to second by way of error on throw. So the Dying Quail goes in to the Bermuda Triangle of the infield. Smith with the underhand pitch gets past Montel, and with that, Vestal is able to move to second now with 2 outs. Abby Konecki is now upcoming for the Cougarettes with the mound visit by the players for the Rangers, trying to settle down Smith. Vestal in the mound, as we will have a courtesy runner now at second. And that's Armendariz taking the place of Vestal. At second base. Through the field. Play coming home. Armendariz is in. That's 4 runs now for Canyon. And on the bad throw. And now she's out. She was in at first, but she had her leg resting on the third baseman, Blevins. She readjusts her leg momentarily, even if that, and the tag was a tie. But the Cougars get 1 run on 1 hit and 1 error, and no left on base. After 6 innings complete, it is Canyon 4, Smithson Valley 1, here on the Cougars Network.
Down in Texas, modern-day prospectors are making big bucks flipping houses. But before they can cash in, they gotta move them. Hauling homesteads and kicking asphalt. All new Texas Flip and Move, Friday night at 9 on DIY Network.
Watch DIY, GVTC Digital Cable Channel 126. GVTC, just plain smart.
All new on Travel Channel.
I'm Andrew Zimmern, and we're showcasing the unique cuisines that put the tastiest locations on the map. From hot spices in Asia to mouth-watering flavors across the Americas. These destinations are so delicious, they're iconic.
All new Bizarre Foods Delicious Destinations, Tuesday at 9 on Travel Channel.
Watch Travel Channel, GVTC Digital Cable Channel 577. GVTC, just plain smart.
Well, a tricky way to end the 6th inning for Canyon. It was an RBI single for Abby Konecki, who was trying to stretch it to third base on the bad throw. Scored Almendarez, but the snap throw over to third had Konecki in a weird position with the third baseman kind of crowbarring her foot off the bag, and a sneaky tag applied. Got Canyon to sit down there in the 6th, and we move now to the top of the 7th, and perhaps the last chance for Smithson Valley here. We move into the final inning. Hickle is down. 0-2 now to Pritchett. Of course, only 7 innings here in high school softball. This one's in for a ball. So the last 3 outs for Smithson Valley. Now last run in the 6th for Canyon, a little bit of insurance. And Canyon on top 4-1. Pitch to Hickle. Sends this one foul, and she's still fighting. Hickle struck out last time and also has reached by way of walk. That walk coming in the 2nd inning. Struck out last time she faced Pritchett. Aaliyah looking to repeat that effort. This one on the outside corner, Colt strike, and there's one away.
Goes down looking for out number 1. Brings up number 13, Danielle Montiel.
Montiel now up, the first baseman for the Rangers. 2 outs left for Smithson Valley. Montiel grounded out in the 4th and reached by way of walk in the 2nd. As this one hit back foul. Remaining schedule for Smithson Valley, they round up their first round of district play on the road against the Judson Rockets and then back home to face the New Braunfels Unicorns before going back through their district schedule for a second time. Steele, East Central, Wagner, Clemens, Canyon, Judson, and then wrapping it all up at Unicorn Field in New Braunfels. And then we'll see how things shape for the Rangers as they look to jockey for position for the 4 playoff spots out of District 27 6A. Canyon on top with the 4-0 mark in district, followed by East Central at 3-1, and then you have Clemens, Smithson Valley, Steele, and Judson all at 2-2 in district play. Now 1-2 to Danielle Montel. That next game between these 2 ball clubs, you could catch that on our sister station, the Rangers Network, as this game will move over to Smithson Valley High School. That will be on April 13th. Rangers and Cougars on the Rangers Network. Another opportunity to see these 2 Comal ISD teams showcased. And the count goes full with that ball, with 1 out here in the top of the 7th. So hopefully by then, again, that one coming April 13th on the Rangers Network, the playoff picture will be just a little bit that much more in focus. Again, a very tough competitive district. And this one's in the dirt. And for the second time, Danielle Montel is able to get on base by way of walk. And with 1 out, the Rangers have a runner. And the 8th hitter, Lauren Gonzalez, the second baseman for the Rangers. Lauren batting .118 on the year. So we'll have a substitution here. Runner for Smithson Valley.
Courtesy runner for Smithson Valley. Mackenzie Pete.
Mackenzie Pete, 0-0, now at first base. The courtesy runner, replacing Danielle Montiel. Bunt will go foul for Lauren Gonzalez. A quick strike there. Again, it just seems no matter what sport we do, whether we're on the Cougar Network or the Ranger Network. It's just a tough district, boys or girls, whether it's volleyball, football, boys and girls soccer, basketball. Just a tough district to navigate through. And when you look at the demographics of the area, just no real way to draw up a cupcake district. Snap throw to first, Pete back there. And now an 0-2 count to Gonzalez. Batting now left-handed. And softball is certainly the case. Competitive district from top to bottom. Gonzalez swings. And that is strikeout number 7 for Pritchett.
2 outs, runner at first.
2 outs. Pete on first for the Rangers. And the top of the order now for the Rangers, Kalen Klein. Swings on and sends this one foul for a strike. And it also seems that no matter what sport in, you're also talking about having some type of state-ranked team, whether it's football, basketball, volleyball. And right now for the Canyon Cougars, they get to wear that honor. Shot back, set down by Blevin, over to first. And the game is over. The Cougars win. The Cougars win. Canyon 4, Smithson Valley 1. We'll step aside. Pre-game coverage coming on the way. This is the Cougars Network.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal Independent School District, Frost Bank, Nissan of New Braunfels, Wick Productions, Ashley, Zaxby's, and Texas Tractor Country.
And welcome back to Cougars Field. It is a victorious post-game show here on the Cougars Network. Ben Campos, executive producer Bo Wick with you. Journey playing in the background. Our final score is Canyon 4, Smithson Valley 1. With the win, the top-ranked Cougarettes improved to 15-0 on the year, 5-0 in district play, and 11-0 at home here at Cougar Field. With the loss, Smithson Valley drops now to 2-3 in district and 7-4 overall for the Rangers. Again, the next time you could catch these Cougars and Rangers on the softball diamond will be April 13th on the Rangers Network. We will have that for the second round of district. And our next broadcast here on the Cougars Network will be on April 3rd at 7 p.m. as the Canyon Cougars on the baseball diamond will take on the Smithson Valley Rangers. So it's Cougars and Rangers softball on April 13th on the Rangers Network. Cougars Rangers baseball April 3rd right here on the Cougars Network. Again, your final score, it's Canyon 4, Smithson Valley 1. Now for my executive producer, Bo Wick, I am Ben Campos, wishing you a good day and a safe drive home from Cougar Field in New Braunfels, Texas.
Cougars Network is your home for Canyon High School athletic coverage. Don't miss live game broadcasts, weekly coaches shows, stories from inside the field house, and more. Log on to CougarsNetwork.com to stay up to date on everything from the Den to the Red Zone. Welcome to Cougars Network.